Good evening. Welcome to our 121st commencement ceremony. On behalf of the Blake School, our Board of Trustees, our faculty, and our staff, I'd like to offer a heartfelt thanks to each of you and every one of you for being here this evening. We are marking a momentous event. We are honoring the Blake class of 2022. I'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you who are joining us by live stream. Tonight we gather for one of life's most joyous milestones, a celebration that marks an important transition in our students' lives. Seniors, this is one of very few life events where your parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, mentors, and many lifelong friends will gather together in one place at one time for you. To those of you joining us near and far, your caring presence in the lives of our seniors has helped make this momentous event both possible and joyful. We tend to think of a graduation ceremony as marking an ending, the final step in an academic journey. We hold this closing ceremony after you've taken your last final exam, submitted your final essay, completed and presented your senior program. It's the end of the school year, the end of your high school career, and it's the end of your time here, whether it's 4, 7, 10, 14 years. But as we know, endings can also be considered beginnings. If we take a moment to consider the word commencement, we get a clear picture of what we are here to commemorate. Derived from the 13th century French word meaning to initiate or start, commencement does not signify an end, but rather a beginning. The original meaning connotes a sense of coming into existence, a beginning to be. Indeed, you're becoming, tonight, a Blake graduate, a high school graduate, and you're starting a new chapter of your lives. Seniors, of course, this isn't the first time you'll be starting anew. As I think about the story of our school community, we are always finishing chapters and starting new ones. We're continually presented with new classes, new teachers, new classmates, new school years. A school, our school, is highly dynamic and ever-evolving. And those external changes are coupled with internal growth. Students are always learning, always developing, always gaining a greater understanding of themselves, of their purpose, and of the world around them. Beginnings beget endings, endings beget beginnings, and every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. The narrator of Ralph Ellison's literary masterpiece, The Invisible Man, describes how beginnings and endings are inseparable and linked. In the novel's prologue, the narrator starts to describe the basement in which he lives and how he ended up there. But he stops himself. But that's getting too far ahead of the story, he says. Almost to the end, although the end is in the beginning and lies far ahead. Beginnings and endings both give us opportunities. The ending that we celebrate tonight gives you, seniors, the opportunity to thank your parents, your families, and your teachers, and express your gratitude for their support and care. The beginning that we celebrate tonight, seniors, also gives you an opportunity. It promises a fresh start, a chance to branch out, the freedom to continue your academic, social, and emotional growth in a new environment. As you anticipate and as you contemplate this beginning, I encourage you to ask yourself some of these questions. What parts of myself do I want to take with me to college? What parts of myself have I outgrown and I would rather leave behind? What kinds of people bring out the best in me? Where do I find meaning, and how can I continue to find and deepen it during this next leg of my journey? Later this evening, you'll begin to be high school graduates, In a few months, you'll begin to be college students. In a few years, you'll begin to be college graduates, professionals, and so much more. Every end will be a beginning. Through it all, you'll continue to learn more about yourselves, namely how and who you want to be in the world and what gives your life purpose and meaning. Our class of 2022 isn't the only group here starting a new chapter. Tonight, we also recognize and honor our retiring faculty and administrators. These educators represent a combined 264 years of service to Blake. From Lower School Blake campus, pre-kindergarten teacher Perry Andrews. Second grade teacher David Burton. Fifth grade teacher Martha Long. Teaching assistant Deb Sanderson. And kindergarten teacher Ann Vandervorst. From Lower School Highcroft campus, theater teacher Cynthia Hector. Learning specialist Jane Johnson. Third grade teacher Laura Larson. And engineering and programming specialist William Watkins. And from the upper school, assistant director Paul Mengi. To our esteemed retirees, you have each contributed so much at Blake and to Blake. Your work will live on through the students, parents, and colleagues you have taught, you've supported, you've inspired. Thank you for all you've done for our community. I wish you all the very best in your new beginning. Seniors, you have walked into the arena as Blake students. You will leave it as Blake graduates. Being a part of Blake's class of 2022 is a distinction that belongs to each of you. All of you have lived lives different from each other. Your families come from different parts of the region, the country, and the world. You speak different languages at home, and you celebrate different traditions. You have hopes for the future that are uniquely your own, and a way of seeing the world that is unlike anyone else. But together, you are and will always be the Blake class of 2022. So when you continue on from here, I encourage you to stay in touch, drop a line to your favorite teachers, come back for homecoming and reunions, tune in to our school-hosted virtual events, make time to talk with classmates. No matter where you are headed, your Blake teachers, coaches, administrators, and mentors will be here. We'll be rooting for you, continuing to support you, caring for you. Class of 2022, on behalf of the Blake School, thank you for being a part of this community. I wish you the very best in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. Tonight, we honor and congratulate you on a job very well done, and we celebrate your commencement into the next chapter of your lives. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'll say it after.
我愿变成一颗恒星，守护海底的风鸣。It's my dream, it's magic， 照亮你的心。To your eyes， 有多远的距离？穿过人海，别停下来，趁现在还有期待。 会不会我们的爱会被风吹向大海，不再回来？每当你向我走来，告诉我星辰大海。遥遥微光，与我同行，盛开在黎明。To your eyes， 有多远的距离？穿过人海，别停下来，趁现在还有期待。会不会我们的爱会被风吹向大海，不再回来？ 每当你向我走来，告诉我星辰大海。趁现在还有期待，会不会我们的爱会被风吹向大海，不再回来？每当你向我走来，告诉我星辰大海。 守护大海，不曾离开。我向你奔赴未来，你就是星辰大海。我眼中炽热的恒星。 长夜里照我前行。
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to say a few quick things. Hello, everyone. 大家好. I've been a part of Blake's Chinese program for my past 5 years at Blake, and it's been a wonderful opportunity to learn more about Chinese culture and the Chinese language. One of the things we do a lot in class is sing songs, so this was kind of my way of sharing that with you. And I want to give a quick thank you to Jin Laoshi, my Chinese teacher for the past 3 years. Wherever she is, I've had a really great time with you. 你好, Jin Laoshi. Thank you so much for giving your all to us, and I'm really going to miss you. 谢谢.
All right. It feels ethereal When I first stepped into Minnesota from South Korea, I could not imagine standing on stage, let alone confidently giving a speech. I was young, afraid of the foreign faces, and tired of the sudden changes. What was most jarring was the winter, not only the freezing cold, but also how much Minnesotans religiously identified with it. After all, there's nothing more Minnesotan than conducting a graduation in a literal ice arena. But at that time, the winter only emphasized to me how different I was. It was a burden for me as I tried to adapt to a new culture, and it was a burden for my parents with them trying to navigate life here even in their first year of learning English. For me, every winter had become a constant reminder of the struggle we went through. Honestly though, everyone goes through a winter like my own, even if it looks different. Some elements considered normal become challenging for others, and it's especially hard because you feel alone and unable to reach out for support. However, as the winter of my senior year came by, I found myself surprised that I actually yearned for the first snowfall. As I reflected, I realized that over the years, my memories of winter had slowly transitioned to become memories of learning about the world, of enjoying the freeze, and of relaxing in the snow. No longer was winter necessarily painful. Instead, my perception of it was shaped by the core characters of these stories, the people and connections I had found at Blake. Indeed, within this community, even if we might have never exchanged a single word, you were the ones that transformed high school into a memorable experience for every student. One interaction leads to another, and soon we've all comforted each other simply because of our presence, that someone is there for you. For that, I want to thank everyone at Blake as a whole for filling our lives with warmth. But as a part of that community, there's specific people that I want to highlight who have been central for us to overcome our winters. Administration, thank you for bringing the senior class together. We all know how hard the team here works to foster the best environment possible, and while most of your work is hidden away from our eyes and thus underappreciated, you are the glue that holds Blake together. Teachers, thank you for the constant care for your students. High school wouldn't have been as engaging or enjoyable without the personalities you brought along with your library of knowledge. The passion each of you experienced and expressed was a joy to learn from despite the many challenges we faced, and your teaching will continue influencing us for the rest of our lives. Families, thank you for supporting our endeavors. There's no one as crucial as you in helping us attend this school, find the friends we did, and simply enjoy our academic lives. Whenever we were lost in the dark, you were our light, and we will miss you. Frankly, in college, we will also cherish our newfound freedom. Finally, seniors. We've been such a small community for so long. We've laughed, we fought. Sometimes there's lasting fellowship, and other times there's lasting dislike. But that's exactly what a family is, an imperfect unity. Even if there's enmity, the challenges and questions presented have undeniably helped us develop into the graduates we are today. And when you look back on our past, it really hits you. This might be the last time we are all together as one class. Our adolescence was a once-in-a-lifetime journey, and with the end of today's commencement, we begin to take wildly different paths across the world and maybe unrecognizably change. So as you graduate and go beyond to achieve your dreams, remember the people around you. We all go through a challenging winter like my own, but the people that ground us are who give life meaning. Now our time at Blake is coming to a close. And for my last remark, I want to thank you. You made the class of 2022 vivid and dynamic, and I'll be curious to see where our effort will take us. Congratulations, I'm proud to be part of this generation. Thank you.
quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red, when the summer ceases gleaming, when the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow, set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. If you find it's me you're missing, if you're hoping I'll return,
To your thoughts I'll soon be listening.
in the road I'll stop and turn, then the wind will set me racing, as my journey nears its end, and the path I'll be retracing, when I'm homeward bound again. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow, set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow.
In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing,
I'll be homeward bound again.
Okay. To begin, would everyone please take a second and look down at your feet? Okay, now look beyond your feet at the worn floor and feel the way the ground pushes up against you. Okay, now please look up. I can still remember when my 8th grade science teacher opened the first day of class with these words. He told us to look down at our feet so that we could remember where we were. Our feet were firmly planted in his science room, and so it followed that that was where our minds should be as well. I didn't understand it or know it yet then, but this would be the most important lesson that we would learn from him: how to stay present. I wanted to share these words with you and this feeling today. Perhaps some of you can relate, but I'm not one who always finds it easy to live in the moment. I often worry about things 10 steps ahead of where I am, and even in that moment in 8th grade, all I could think of was how fast everything was moving and how 8th grade would lead to high school to college, and college to what comes after, and it would all suddenly become a blur with these moments flying by. Since that day, these words have echoed in my mind. serving as a tool to try to stay present and slow life down. Looking down at my feet or where I'm standing helps me to understand the moment that I'm in. And as we are now graduating in this moment, these words resonate more than ever before. I don't want to fast forward these last moments with you all. We sit here as a class together at the precipice, balancing at the edge of finishing high school while awaiting everything that comes after. We may be thinking ahead, and there are many thoughts, memories, and ideas swirling through our minds all at once. But in this moment, we are sitting here together. And most importantly, we are sharing the ground beneath our feet for the last time. And for those of you in the audience, you are letting go of Blake's class of 2022 and feeling everything that goes with it. So let's stay grounded in it together. Every step we've taken through Blake has led us here to this ground. We formed a map of overlapping footprints going in every which way on our own paths. But looking back, they've all led us to the same place today. And embedded in these steps are the lessons that we will carry forward when our footprints will separate for the first time as we leave Blake. This path we've shared through the upper school was filled with lots of learning along the way. And this foundation is composed of endless hours of work, support, inspiration, and kindness from our teachers, coaches, classmates, siblings, parents or guardians, and literally everyone in our lives. They have also shared in this path, helping us chart our course. These steps led us to be clapped into the J&A as freshmen, into classrooms, and onto fields, pools, courts, stages, and tracks, where we learned to be a teammate and to be a friend, and how to balance Blake on our chests with our own unique numbers and with the teams that we were a part of. These steps have carried us to fight even when the odds or score was against us, learning to dig in and never give up. We have learned to cheer as loud as we can from the sidelines or audience, to come together after goals or losses, high notes or missed notes, and everything in between. These same steps have led us up the J&A steps to give our senior speeches, where we learned to turn fear into excitement. They led us down the math wing and up to the English wing to work together, a little out of breath, but all while laughing in the halls, talking, or smiling at our peers. We have definitely laughed together, and we have also cried together, been there for each other, not only in times of celebration, but also when we felt defeated, down, or scared. We have learned what it means to support each other, to lean over and help with a math problem, make room in the senior lounge, or to sit back and listen when we need a friend and laugh. It's this support that's given us strength. Blake has given us this foundation in the form of tangible and intangible lessons to allow us to get back up again. And maybe we're starting to notice that it's in this getting back up and using these tools that has made us stronger. That high school is really about learning to rise up when we fall and to value this process. And also what it means to be a friend, to be a student, to make mistakes, to learn, to help each other when we fall down on our own paths. As time passes, these individual steps won't be as clear. They'll be reduced to a golden glow around a memory until all we have left to hold on to is the golden light streaming through the senior lounge. Our memories will become protected by the sounds of soft laughter floating through the air, and the stress of quarter 4 and college applications will have long passed away. But what we will remember is the overall path that got us here and the feelings we have from walking these paths side by side. No matter how soft the memory of high school becomes, no matter where our paths cross or diverge, and no matter where we are standing in the future, our feet will have always carried us through the front doors of Northrop, through the laughter in the halls, and allowed us to walk across this stage in this moment together. Most importantly, we will always be part of the class of 2022 and share this experience together. So take another look down one last time. As we get up to walk on our paths forward from Blake, we take our last steps together, but we will never truly be alone. We will always be part of this class, have the same memories tucked safely in the backs of our minds, and always have the lessons that we gained from walking up the steps and through Blake's doors. So this moment, the memory of high school, and our class will always be golden if that is how we choose to live it, if we choose to use this foundation to carry us forward. We are in this moment together. It hasn't faded just yet. So thank you for everything you've given us as we walk forward on our paths, together one last time.
From day one, we have been faced with titles. We were students, athletes, leaders, friends, and so much more. As we made our way through high school, these titles got harder and harder to live up to. We weren't just athletes, we were captains, we weren't just leaders, we became the future, the next generation. Amidst all these titles and all these responsibilities being thrown at us, we were expected to find ourselves. We were expected to come out of here having grown and having learned about ourselves in some grand way. And to be honest, it's been hard. As a class, we've had to discover ourselves while being forcibly separated from one another. And we've had to come back together and reconnect in new and uncomfortable ways. Through all of these changes, we've had to live up to the titles placed upon us. But it's over now. As we leave the halls of Blake, we leave behind everything we've done here. Every accolade we've collected, every trophy we've won lives here. And from this point on, they will live in the past. All we have left is ourselves, just us, stripped of our titles. It's daunting knowing that we have to move on and leave behind so many aspects of our identities that were defined by our time at Blake. And if we're leaving behind all the big things we did here, what exactly are we taking with us? In Portrait in Sepia, Isabel Allende wrote, quote, "I tried desperately to conquer the transitory nature of my existence, to trap moments before they evanesce, to untangle the confusion of my past. Every instant disappears in a breath and immediately becomes the past," end quote. To try to define our time at Blake would be to try to define our time at Blake as a collection of awards or titles would be to grasp helplessly at a reality that has already slipped away. Rather, our reality was made up of the moments for which we don't have titles. Our reality was shared looks across the table during an English discussion, naps in the senior lounge, and freezing walks across the lot in the middle of winter. Our reality was joy, giggles while trying to film a video for class, and hugging your teammates after a big win. Our reality was also challenging. It was sleepless nights spent studying and trying to find justice in the face of adversity. Instances that in the moment may have seemed small or insignificant are what truly made up our time together. And of course, the only reason I know who Isabel Allende is, or how to cite a quote for that matter, is thanks to our teachers. To me, the heart of Blake lies in the hearts of our teachers. Over the years, they pushed us to reach our fullest potentials and helped us up when we fell just short of it. They showed us humanity and compassion over and over and over again. And perhaps most importantly, they never let our education exist in a vacuum. They never let us separate ourselves from the content. There was no standard for objectivity as we tried to understand the world around us. Instead, there was a celebration of the diversity of thought and lived experiences that permeated discussion. As a result, there was an instinctual desire in almost every classroom to try to connect ideas to the world around us. And because our teachers took the time to teach us this way, a way that made learning irresistible and a way that forced us to connect with each other, we can take comfort in knowing that our education has not been defined by textbooks or lectures. Rather, we have spent the last 4 years building relationships with each other and learning from those relationships. And although it's scary to leave behind so many aspects of our identities that existed within the walls of Blake, we're ready. We're ready because our teachers have been using the world around us as our most important textbook. And so, to our teachers, thank you for putting us as people first. In your classes, we were human beings, and then we were students and scientists and mathematicians and authors. Thank you for teaching us that academia and love are not mutually exclusive. In fact, it's easier to learn about what you love. As we stand in front of you, ready to step into a new time of our lives, know that we are the products of the care you put into your work. We don't say it enough, but thank you.
Joe, have you played Wordle yet today?
Oh, no, I have not. Let's play together.
Okay. All right, let's start. Cyrus.
Okay, C-Y-R. No dice. How about COVID?
Joe? No, that's in very bad taste. How about tired?
T-I-R-E-D. Okay, that gives us an E, but it's not in the right spot. So how about Blake?
Okay, so we've got an E in the right place. Let's try stage.
Ooh, yes. Nice guess. Okay, so that has a G in the right place too.
Okay.
So last guess. We have 5 letters.
G-E.
G-E at the end.
Okay. Large?
Budge?
Fudge? Mangy!
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. We should have known the answer to almost everything.
Is Paul Mengy.
Paul Mengy, it's true. Well, so we should get back to the regularly scheduled program. Go
Okay,
ahead.
that was terrible. We're sorry, we tried. This bit of the evening is the commencement equivalent of a 7th inning stretch. We welcome everyone in this space to become active participants in our celebration. Our time together this evening is not only about the seniors in this audience, but also the people here who have cared for and about them through the years. We also recognize that for the introverts among you, this could be the time to pull out your phone and do today's Wordle if you have not yet had that chance. We are not here to judge. To the parents and guardians of the class of 2022, parenting a child through high school is a bit like waiting for Apollo 13 to make its way around the dark side of the moon. Information is spotty, communication is non-existent, plans are in perpetual flux. All you can do is to be watchful, to be patient, and to have confidence in the fundamental structural integrity of that orbiting craft. It will eventually find its way back to the light and to you. So with that in mind, for last-minute signatures on permission slips, for the innumerable hosting duties and chaotic sleepovers, for the extra homework help, for the lack of gratitude for that extra homework help, for the hours spent on the sidelines or in the seats watching, spectating, and cheering, for birthday cupcakes at age 5 and lessons in parallel parking at age 15, for parenting through a pandemic, for only saying "I told you so" once out of every 10 times that you could. Parents and guardians of the class of 2022, please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be recognized.
To the siblings of today's graduates, you are really taking one for the team. You are showing remarkable tolerance, goodwill, and patience during a ceremony honoring a person who very likely tormented you on a very regular basis. Being here tonight, however, is just one small part of the price you have to pay for the far greater reward of having a confidant, a compatriot, a partner in crime, a witness to what life is actually like in your family. For your affection, for your perseverance, for your willingness not to share those embarrassing photos of your sibling on Instagram, please stand and raise your hand as you are able and be recognized.
To the extended family members of the class of 2022, grandparents and grandfriends, aunts, uncles, cousins, godparents, from near and far in ways seen and unseen, your guidance, encouragement, and love are invaluable and incalculable. Would the extended family members of the class of 2022 please stand or raise your hands as you are able and be recognized?
To our Blake alums, you are our location scouts. Not only did you blaze a trail through Blake back when it was still par for the course for seniors to hang out on the roof of Northrop, but you have followed your vocations and avocations across the country and around the world. 12,000 strong, spanning a vast range of identities and experiences, you have knit together a network that exists across all 50 states, over 50 countries, lighting the way for future generations of Blake graduates to follow. Would those of you who consider yourselves Blake alumni please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be recognized?
To Blake's faculty and staff, y'all, we don't even know what to say anymore. School life since March 2020 has been a long, strange, and occasionally very bad trip, and this year was no exception. You navigated new schedules, perpetually changing quarantine restrictions, surprisingly mutable mask guidance, angry emails from the associate head of school about attendance procedures, sorry, Northrop, and the in-person return of awesome but super complex events like Widgie and prom and Olympic Day and Legacy Day and today and really every day. Very few people really understand what you do to make this place tick, but you know what you do, and you just keep doing it. Would Blake's extraordinary faculty and staff, current and former, please stand or raise a hand as you are able and be recognized?
To the faculty and staff playing commencement bingo, Sagittarius.
To our Blake retirees, Deb Sanderson, William Watkins, Laura Larson, Martha Long, Cynthia Hector, Perry Andrews, David Burton, Ann Vandervorst, Jane Johnson, and Paul Mengi. You have shaped lives, you have inspired colleagues, and you have taught lessons that have absolutely nothing to do with the classroom. Your professionalism, your fellowship, your sound counsel, and your good humor have not only been a model for our students, but for all of us. You have shown us what it means to live a life in schools, in community. Please stand and receive this community's deepest gratitude, congratulations, and admiration.
To the Blake Choir and orchestra teachers and all of the ensemble members, our sound directors, designers, mixers, editors, videographers, our incredible event planners and organizers who brought structure and beauty and joyous music to our ceremony tonight, bravo. We thank you and invite you to please stand or raise your hand as you are able to be recognized.
And to those of you who have not yet been recognized today, hello! Would anyone who has not yet been adequately categorized in this community, or who would just like that chance to stretch or take a break from Wordle, please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be recognized.
All right, Anne, I think unless you snuck your cats in again, I think we've covered just about everybody here.
Okay, fantastic. I'll just get these cats. Now we would ask you all to prepare for a speech that's definitely worth pausing Wordle for, with an address to the class of 2022, our senior grade dean, the amazing Maggie Bowman.
Oh, good. It's on the podium. I had the extra copy in my pocket just in case it wasn't here. Toddlers are intriguing creatures. According to the CDC, a toddler is, quote, a child who is approximately 12 months to 26 months old, though definitions vary, who is experiencing a time of great cognitive, emotional, and social development. And the word is derived from to toddle, which means to walk unsteadily. My nephew is a toddler, and through my own anecdotal evidence, I would add to the aforementioned definition the characteristics of not liking to be told no and stubborn. Stubborn, not liking to be told no, 12 months to 26 months old, though definitions vary. I wonder how much they could vary. 12 times 18, 216 months, give or take a few. Now, before anyone accuses me of infantilizing an entire class of students in an extended metaphor in a graduation speech, I ask you to stay with me for just a few minutes. The definition of toddler refers to experiencing a time of great cognitive, emotional, and social development. Maybe cognitive development like being forced to leave behind apparent simplicity and binary thinking, and instead embrace spectrums, nuance, and dissonance. Or maybe emotional development, like navigating, understanding, and interrogating one's own identity. Or social development, such as being charged to reconcile expectations of high school with a global pandemic, or reconcile a desire to earn shiny grades with desires to have adventure and make memories, or reconcile a yearning to maintain positive and lasting relationships with teachers while also not doing any homework for the entirety of second semester. I would say the students in front of us experienced significant cognitive, emotional, and social development. The next part of the definition says toddlers do not like to be told no. The seniors this year also don't like being told no. They don't like to hear, no, you cannot skip class to go to Starbucks, even if you say it will benefit your mental health. No, you cannot park your car in the faculty parking lot, even if you are already 10 minutes late to block 1. Or no, you cannot hit golf balls off the main staircase and into the senior lounge. There wasn't really like a reason for that one. It was just a daily thing that was going on. In this way, the class of 2022 is certainly stubborn. However, the students seated in front of me are also stubborn in their individual and collective pursuits of equity, truth, and justice. Members of this class are outspoken about everything from the mental health and environmental crises to systemic injustice, oppression, and wars both at home and abroad. The class of 2022 is stubborn. And not only do I not fault them for their resolute nature, I also applaud them for it. For what does our world need if not young people in stubborn pursuit of equity, truth, and justice? The final part of our definition of toddler is its origin. It stems from the phrase to toddle, which means to walk unsteadily. With my little knowledge, I assume toddling only increases as you walk closer to the edge, to the cusp of something new. As we sit here tonight at a ceremony titled Commencement, I think a bit of wobble over the past weeks and months is only appropriate. Additionally, I don't know about all of you, but I don't know a single person in this life whose walk is always steady. As the dean of this class, there were many moments this year when I felt unsteady. I think leadership is about acknowledging one's wobbliness or precariousness while also modeling an unyielding pursuit of growth. I tried to model that for this class this year. This definition as a whole makes me think graduation is about understanding that we're all just toddlers. Therefore, I'll include myself in my crime of mass infantilization. Maybe graduation is actually the moment you realize nobody has it completely figured out. We're all walking unsteadily, if you will, and experiencing cognitive, emotional, and social development. At least, I hope I am. If I'm not experiencing these kinds of developments continuously, I'm not growing or learning, and how am I supposed to keep up with the unceasing change in the world around me? I urge the class of 2022 to live into this definition as they transition into whatever is next. To walk close to the edge, to toddle, to embrace cognitive, emotional, and social development, and to be stubborn, especially in the face of injustice. And of course, this toddler classification is only a metaphor after all, because these students are not, in fact, toddlers. Tonight, they are seniors, and they are ready. With that, it is my honor and my privilege to present to you the Blake School class of 2022. Thank you.
Raina Peru Hess Ackerberg. Emily Rose Anderson. Emma Grace Applegate. Eric Charles Applegate. Wesley George Bartels. Henry Thomas Bernhardt. Madeline Rose Besikoff. Atreus Abdish Bavsar. Julia Jordan Blum. Lucio Clemente Bolleteri. Eamon Andrew Brass. Connor James Brenner. Zachary Scott Brenner. Emma Rachel Brown. Stephanie Karamori Brunstein. Nina Allen Bush. Savita Mariana Champlin. Sophia Beatrice Chase. Roy Mustafa Chabaklo. Christopher Yang Chen could not be with us tonight, but we congratulate him on his accomplishment. Eli Anders Daniel. Wyatt Wessel Dayhoff. Kelly Christina Dayton. Ella Mary Degnan. Krithik Venkatesh Davileswarapu. Cece Alexis Doberton. Thomas Carrier Doran. Jacob Ronald Eggert. Grace Etienne Ersfeld O'Brien. Dennis Sumin Karsten Alexander Ferris. Haya Shifra Fine. Zoe Elizabeth Florida. Charles Robert Florine. Alana Carmel Foster Smith. Elizabeth Rose Fries. Dylan Jacob Gainsley. Jason Stanley Gelb. Elena Christina Gill. Jayan Gupta Gulati. Molly Catherine Haig. Jonah Arie Halper. Daria Melek Hayner. Jack Hanna. Lillian Deva Hazelhorst. Jackson Jeffrey Haug. Samuel Noah Hillel Hazlett. Graham King Heathcote. Nathaniel Ross Heitoff. Cole Rourke Heron. Oscar Stewart Holm. Maxwell Gary Hubler. Robert John Hughes. Frida Ilescas. Hannah Rose Jessup. Maddie West Johnson. Peter Williams Johnson. Precious Marie Jones. Catherine Mary Kaiser. Catherine Lily Cassica. Riker Carl Kemberling. Ibrahim Mohammed Khan. Ishan Khurana. Ty David Keycaver. Nico Kim. Jackson Edward Lagos. Andrew James Lee. Aaron Jackson Lee. Benjamin Christopher Tran Lim. Molly Anita Liston. Lillian Chiatsi Liu. Theodore Fuyang Miller Liu. Frederick Clifford Lowe. Molly Jane Lucas. Malika Malvia. Ayan Rashid Malik. Sage Madeline Marmette. William Edward Matsky. Gabriel Alexander Mendoza. Robbie Vivian Michael Cruchon. Rohan Mitra. Shreya Mohan. Noor Nasir. Zoe Irene Baudin Knutsford. Violet Ruthie Oden. Spencer Aja Okoronkwa. Joshua Sky Park. Rebecca K. Perkins. Jonathan Robert Perry. Talia Lily Pesky. Ava Jeanette Pilstrom. Jackson Caldwell Pittman. Sebastian Alexander Pliego. Tristan John Poole. Keaton Jeffrey Rano. William Vance Rosenblum. Emily Madison Rotenberg. Jacob Zahar could not be with us tonight, but we wish him all the best and congratulate him on his accomplishment. Habon Hussein Samatar. Layla Eden Salisbury. Maya Ermi Schiffman. Margaret Cecilia Seidel. Drew Joseph Shapiro. Kunga Tenkyong Shide Shokra. Carly Elizabeth Shoemate. Tobin Chandler Spiller. Samuel Lewis Stein. Luke Anthony Sagalski. Isabella Elaine Sook. Jake Lee Svendal. Madison Parker Swenson. Annabelle Margaret Swigert. Sophia Alexandra Snevice. Anissa Elise Thompson. O'Neill Francis Tierney. Jack Tix. Oscar Andrew Euler. Sophia Ilani Vesmar. Ingrid Lane Vorbrick. Clarissa Rose Wagner. Margaret Grace Walker. Skylar Rayung Wong. Alexander Thomas Weissman. Thomas Sheffield West. Bernadette Eloise Whiteley. Chad Michael Finnegan Warner. Zhu Chang Jonathan Wu. Leon Shui. Catherine Yoon Zhang. Maurice Zimwa. Shungu Zimwa. I present to you the class of 2022.
And now, as is our tradition, please join our student instrumentalists and me in singing our alma mater. The words can be found on the video screens and on the back of your program. I invite you to join the seniors for a reception that will take place on the Blake Plaza and in our dining commons, where you will find the senior cutouts. Following the reception at 8:45, seniors, you should be dressed and on the bus, ready to leave for your celebration. Audience members, our faculty and then our graduates will recess out, and I ask all of you please to remain in your places until they have completed their recessional. Your cooperation is essential in all of us exiting the building in an efficient and timely manner. Thank you everyone again for being here this evening. Faculty, please begin your recessional now.
Thank you.